Hello and happy Wednesday. It is March 29th. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm using my Crow Tarot. This is my deck that's published by US Games. It's also available on my website, and as you already know, if you order your deck directly from me, the creator, hello, I'll send along little goodies your way as well as sign your deck. All right, let's dive in here and see what we have energetically speaking, of course. All right, so the first card I'm going to pull is the energy that's influencing us today. So energy is impacting our mood, our decisions, how we relate with one another. Then we'll take a look at the situation, and we'll see how that influencing energy plays a role in the situation. Then we'll call upon the uninvited house guest. We'll open up the door and let them in. And we'll see what energy they bring and how they impact what we have going on up here. And then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. Okay, let's dive in. So we're starting off here with, look at this energy of the Wheel of Fortune is influencing us. So when we have this energy of the Wheel of Fortune influencing us, we feel as though something is about to change for the better. We feel as though like, ooh, there's a positive shift coming. I can feel it. This is a lovely energy, right? Because it kind of keeps us feeling optimistic and hopeful. Because we know that there's something good on the horizon. We almost feel as though the fates are looking down upon us and smiling and shining with that bright light. And that can put us in a good mindset. That can raise our vibration a little bit there too. So when we're influenced by this today, we're thinking about how the future is going to improve. We're thinking about how things are moving in a better direction. And our decisions will reflect that. All right, let's see what we have coming up here for the situation. So here we have the situation that's coming up as the Fool. And so actually, you know, when you have this feeling of like things are moving in a good direction, life is, you know, going to turn out better than where I am right now, right? This too shall pass. The situation that comes up is going to say, well, let's have a little bit of faith, right? Take a leap of faith. Move forward without worrying too much about the details. Maybe it's time to take a bit of a risk. And you might feel more inclined to do that today because you're feeling hopeful, because you kind of feel like a shift is coming, and you might see this opportunity to step into the shoes here of the Fool as a way to usher in something new, something positive. So the situation that's coming up is going to ask that you have faith, to trust that the universe is going to help you, trust that, you know, whatever you have going on it's in a cycle of moving out and into something new. And whatever it is that's new, that's coming in, it will all be fine. Because that's what the Fool energy brings. This energy of like, well, we're just going to try this, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, well, we learned something, and we'll just mosey on in a different direction. And so I'm going to see who's showing up here as the uninvited house guest, because you know the Fool. I love the Fool energy because it is so open to new ideas. It is ready for an adventure, but at the same time, the Fool can be challenging in that it can lead you off in a whole new direction that may not. It's like a child chasing a butterfly sometimes, you know, where it's just like, oh, maybe I'll go check out what's over here, or a crow chasing a shiny object. And although that can be great and it can open us up to new experiences and new opportunities, it can also derail us if we're already on a path that we're focused on. So again, though, with this Wheel of Fortune setting us up as the influencing energy, we're going to be more inclined to try something new because we feel like a shift is in the works, that something is moving. And when an opportunity presents itself, and we might not recognize, you know, that or we might not recognize how reckless it could be because we're in this mindset of like, yeah, it's time to move, it's time to change things up. So let's see what we have here for the uninvited house guest. So coming into the situation, we have this energy of the Three of Swords. So this could bring someone who isn't ready to go on this great new adventure with you. And maybe you already know that something is kind of coming to an end, or that something is, or that someone is behaving in a way that doesn't honor you or your heart or honor your relationship. And you can kind of feel that this change is coming, and that's where this influence from the Wheel of Fortune comes in. And that's where this Fool might help you kind of move away from this energy. And as a result, it's kind of like a self-fulfilled prophecy, where you kind of know a relationship might be on the way out, on, you know, it's coming to an end, and there might be a great deal of heaviness or sadness associated with it. And this knowing that things are going to move forward might prompt the situation here with the Fool to come in sooner. And you might decide, well, I'm just going to move off into something new, or I'm going to try this new path. And that might push somebody to say, you know what, then let's just call it. We're done. You know, we're over. Let's just end this relationship now. And regardless of where you are here, the position that you are, if this Three of Swords comes into your situation and they're the ones who are ending it, you're not going to feel great. If you're the one who's ending it, you're not going to feel great. However this sits, nobody's feeling good here. But again, you know, with this Wheel of Fortune here, this too shall pass. And that's just a reminder, if you are in a relationship that isn't working, this also might be an opportunity to recognize that there is a relationship here that needs some work. It's time to move that Wheel of Fortune, and it's time to move things in a better direction. If you're in a relationship that you want to preserve because it's worth saving, if you're in that position that's worth saving, then you might need to consider how you can change things, how you can move that wheel so that the relationship moves in a better place than it is today. That this situation that you're in right now, if the relationship isn't working, and you know that, and you can feel it, because if it weighs on you, it's like a heavy stone on your heart. It weighs on you, and you know it needs to move, right? That in itself can be, you know, pain inducing. And so the situation coming up here with this Fool, to me, is that you have to kind of have faith that things will work out, and maybe it's time to do something a little differently. Maybe it's time to try something new in this relationship. Because I think the alternative here might just be that there's an ending, and it could be it's time to walk away from a relationship, and then that in itself could be this energy of the Fool taking you by the hand and saying, hey, let's go on a new adventure. Let's see what advice comes in here, because this is kind of a heavy reading. You know, in this energy sorry, you know, with this coming in as the external influence, it could be, hey, if you change things up, right, whoever this is here as this external influence coming in, they may say, well, if you go on this new adventure, we're going to end things. We're going to, you know, the relationship isn't going to survive that. And they might be holding that over your head. But things are changing for the better here. And I feel like if you know that things need to improve, right? If you're in this position where you're like, yes, I can feel there's a positive influence coming my way, I need to move things in a better direction, you might need that Fool energy to help you overcome the fear that can grip us when we're trying to move into something new. And especially if we know that there's a relationship that depends on you staying put. And even if that means you're staying put in some place that isn't best for you. And that's why you feel this need to change things up here with this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's see what advice we have here. Okay, so coming in, you don't have to worry about anything regarding finances, apparently, because we have this King of Pentacles in the advice position. Have faith that all will be fine in the area of, of possessions and finances in the material world. When you give, you'll get back. Everything is going to be abundant here. And, this King of Pentacles is coming in, and maybe, maybe that is, maybe that's the thing here, is that this Three of Swords, this outside influence that's coming in, it might be not just a relationship, but it could be a belief or something that you hold dear to your heart that isn't serving you. Or perhaps part of you, right, could be, this fear of acceptance, fear of losing a relationship is holding you back from this potential, and you have this potential to create great wealth. You have this potential to move this Wheel of Fortune literally into the direction of fortune. And the external influence that's coming in here is a reminder that you might need to sever something, even if it's something that you hold dear, if it's not supporting you, if it's an energy that holds you back, if it's somebody who holds you back from your potential because they don't like change and change scares them. It's not to say that you end the relationship completely, but you might need to examine how it needs to alter, perhaps, so that it's not the same as it is today, as you're moving the wheel forward. This is a time to create a path that leads to great abundance. And with this full energy here, the other thing you might need to consider, if the Fool is taking you, sidelining you in some way, and it's taking you off a new path that is going to distract you in some way from your goal. Because a Fool, as wonderful as the Fool is, sometimes it does that, right? Sometimes it leads us down these crazy ideas, just, I want to try this now. And so for you, you're going to have to think about, how does this Fool energy come in? Is it something that's going to help you have faith in this new process? Or is it going to distract you from what you have going on? Does this energy of the Three of Swords come in as a reminder that there is somebody who this relationship that needs some extra attention because it may face breaking? It might be that there's some relationship that is kind of like hanging on by threads here, and you have this potential to create a life, a new life. Is that relationship worth saving? Is it helping you or is it hurting you? Either way, it's going to bring in a little bit of heartache here. You also might need to let go of, this idea of pursuing something new. And that might cause heartache in itself, especially if it's something that you've been, kind of excited about. But the Wheel of Fortune is moving in the right direction. Fortune is coming your way. How you get there is going to be unique to you. But know that you are being set up here for success, whether that be trusting your instincts and following the Fool, or trusting your instincts and recognizing that the Fool is taking you down a path of folly, recognizing that you have a relationship that needs some work, and you have to ask yourself, is it worth saving? Or is it a relationship that's holding you back from your potential and it needs to be cut? So I hope this makes sense. I have a lot to think about with this one. So peace, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.